Hi, Leo. It's Angela. We're here to do your sort of mid-August, a little bit late, soul guidance reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, these readings are intuitively driven, like which many readings are, but they're not predictive. This isn't literal. And, some aspects of it pertain to literal events in your life, but it's coming from a soul level. So that's why we call it soul guidance. These are inner workings and maybe little facets of yourself that you can shift to and focus on as you evolve, as you continue your growth on this planet as a soul living on this planet in a human body. So the oracle card, I usually pull one oracle card, and that gives us guidance as to the topic that we want to focus on. And it's coming from this deck, Earth Magic. And the card I pulled for you, Leo, is Dreamtime, Creation. I love this. This is like really kind of a calling for you to take a break from action now and then, like maybe even set a time for yourself once a week, once a day, 10 minutes a day, an hour a week, whatever it is that you can just fantasize, just sit and imagine, right? Instead of executing things and working on things and putting in the effort. It's sometimes we need a break, and we need the creative flow and the creative energy to be churned up so that we can get, some flow going as we go toward our goals. So I love this. This comes at a perfect time for me as a Leo. There's a lot going on and a lot that I want to dream up and create. And sometimes taking the focus off of the execution and back into the envisioning really helps to shift the energy. So let's see what the guidance is here. If you guys have a topic that you are thinking of that is specific of something you want to see manifested, then this guidance will work. This guidance can be applied in that way. And then if for some of you, it's not really anything one in particular that you want to create or manifest at this time, then it's just sort of a free ticket to relax and enjoy for a little while, right? And just a way to release the mental energies a little bit and just feel and imagine and have fun. Okay, so your starting point here in this spread is guidance. So yeah, following the energy, going with the flow of what your inner being is asking. And that could be, I'm gonna set aside some time every day to just be. I turn off my electronics and I can just daydream. I can look up at the clouds. I can, sit with my pet and pet my animal. Even read a book and get into, a fictional story that takes you out of your current experience. But within you what method to use and how to apply your creativity, how to apply your imagination. What works best for you. And it could change daily. It could be today I want to read a book, tomorrow I want to gaze at the stars, but follow your intuition, follow your inner being, because that is where the creativity starts, right? We cannot have, even if it's a creative project and something tangible that you're creating, it starts from the soul, always. Creative, being a singer or a dancer or a writer or an artist, those projects or those products that you're creating start with your soul's nudge, right? It starts deep within. If it's a situation that you want to create, I'd rather be in a bigger apartment, then you start to trust what your soul says. Okay, well, the first thing I want to do is look into the area I want to live and start to walk around there and start to take in the surroundings and feel, really just trust what your intuition says when it comes to imagining up the life that you want to create. Internally, and an inner energy that supports this vibration of your inner guide is totality. So it's a sharp focus. This is for some of you, this is turning into a very serious being in the zone when it comes to this idea, project, situation that you want to create. For some of you, if this is just general and you're saying, yeah, I want a little more time just, daydreaming and being able to imagine whatever I want to imagine without a specific focus or goal, it's still required to be in the zone, right? These three acrobats are flying through the air and in their routine, right? You've got the one that's just about to grasp the hands of the other and then release from the one behind her. And if there's a moment where any of them think, oh yeah, I've got to call my best friend right now, takes them out of the zone and they could all go tumbling down. So this totality card is asking for you to have a sharp focus, a clear focus on that thing that you want to create. And like I said, if it's general and you don't really want to create anything, then it's calling on you to following your intuition as to when it's time to take that imaginary break or that imagination break. And when you do so, be in it fully, right? Even if it's just a general daydreaming, turn off the electronics, close the door, put down the shades or whatever it is, go outside, be alone and be in it. Be in your imagination fully. Okay, so now we move to these first two steps are kind of like, a guidepost as to how to begin to dream up or play with your imagination. And that's all going on within you. Externally and in your waking world, this focus and this trusting your intuition results in a more full rendition of yourself. This is the rebel card. This is being fully yourself, unapologetically you, every aspect of you. And this is in the external position. So it's kind of like you will show up in your life as being, once this process is done, as being sort of recharged, refocused, and ready to go about it in your own way, right? This idea, project, situation that you're wanting to create starts with your inner being, requires a sharp focus, and then it's time to take action, right? In your way, only in your way. You may want to get suggestions from others, but you already know because you started this with your inner guide. So you really kind of already know the path toward this goal, toward this creation. And this starting line of cards is really setting you up for that. Okay, so now we get to the key to moving forward here, which is this card here brings us up to this level of awareness. It's kind of like the path to get there, or the one energy to focus on, and that's receptivity. So I love it. So here we go. I have something I want to create. I have a situation that I want to manifest. I'm going to trust my inner guide. I'm going to fully focus on it in my quiet moments, in my dream time moments, fully focus on it, be in that zone, go toward it in my own way. And then along the way, I'm going to also stay open to what comes in my path, because certain information might come my way that brings me closer to my manifestation that I may not have thought of, that I may not have focused on, or may not have been, aware of at the time I began my imaginary quest here. And staying open to what the universe brings to you, and even just energies that are channeled through you from the divine, that your intuition and your inner guide says, oh yeah, I'm going to lean toward that new information. That feels good. Going to try that out. So this is a beautiful, so far, line of inquiry into you going closer to that life that you want to manifest, because it's requiring you to trust your intuition all the way, and then also stay open to the information that comes on your path that may enhance this goal, or may guide you. It may divert you from a path that you thought was the right path at first, but that, oh yeah, this new information came in, I'm going to try this now too. It may speed it up, or it may create a more full rendition of this idea that you want to reach. And then let me back it up again for those of you that don't really have a goal in mind, or something that you're wanting to create tangibly in this moment, and that this is just calling for you to spend more time daydreaming. Then for you, it's also stay open, because in your moments of, imaginary tripping, ideas might come through. There may be, ideas might channel in from you, from the divine, that say, hey, it's really fun to imagine that you are a horse whisperer or whatever. I'm just making things up. But, why don't we try going and spending some time with horses? That might be a really good idea. That might just fulfill some desires that I have really easily. Whatever. I just made a really light example of that just because that's what came to my head. So that staying open, and that being an open channel is really important. If you see this figure, that lotus is at the crown chakra there, and the energy is flowing right through there, right through their whole system. And this wide open arms kind of vibration is energetically how you want to be when you're in this, focusing in on the daydreaming or the dreaming up of the creation that you want to bring. It's this very wide openness energetically that you want to remain. Okay, so now we've achieved that, and we move ourselves to a new level, or a more evolved state of awareness here. And look what we land on. The creator. You are the creator of your experience. You are creating all the time, right? Even if it's in benign situations, like say you are walking down the street and you come across someone, who is sad, and you start talking to them and you help to shift their mood a little bit. You've created that positive connection in your life, even if it's not lasting, even if it's fleeting. But you encountered this person, you spoke with them, you shifted their energy, and you enhanced and embellished upon your own life experience as well. Okay, so from this third chakra sort of soul's perspective, you're always creating what you experience. And even if it is even if, I know so many times people will say, but I didn't create getting in a fight with my best friend, I didn't create that. On an energetic level, on a soul level, you very well may have, because maybe remember, this is a more removed from your persona vibration that we're talking about. This is behind it all. And maybe your soul needed you to have that conflict in order to grow from it, in order to have a better understanding that everybody doesn't see things the way we do, or in order to have a better understanding that this friend of mine has a lot of habits and patterns that keep us locked into conflict a lot. And maybe it's your soul's way of kind of saying, here's another fight. You want to, have you had enough yet? and to distance yourself from that situation, or to find other ways to respond to it. So you're always creating your experience, even if these random things that come into your life are seemingly very random and challenging and difficult to contend with. They're still happening there for you to grow from. And that's sometimes hard for us to wrap our heads around, because we get very locked in to our ego self, our persona, and the way we show up in the world, and what we do for a living, and how many friends we have, and what the quality of those relationships are, or whatever. We like to sift and sort through things with that sort of mental application of judging things and labeling things and categorizing, when from a soul level there could be much more going on, right? So realizing that, following your intuition, following that inner guide, and then staying open to what the universe brings, helps you to create the life that you want. It's really a much more I wouldn't say inactive, but a more passive way to view everything and to approach everything. And once those channels are open, that's when creation comes. We're not able to, really manifest and create when we're roadblocking ourselves with mental constructs, or this is the right way, and if I do it this way, it's wrong, and this person knows more than me, and like that. Sometimes those things are true for sure, but always it starts with our inner guide. Always. So yeah, maybe there's an authority figure that knows a little more about a topic, about this project that I want to create. Maybe there's some authority figure that knows more. I will know whether that specific authority figure is the right one for me to follow if I listen to my inner guide and I stay fully focused. Okay. So that's that. There's a definite sort of, it feels passive to me. I don't know why I keep saying that, but it feels like there's a removal from the fray, and your soul behind it all knows the path. Okay. And then, if we're talking about that sort of general daydreaming, imagining space that you want to enter every now and then to kind of, loosen things up in your experience and relax the way we're approaching things, that's all good and true too, because it's still the same process. Follow your inner guide, listen for the signs, watch for the signs that come in, and realize you're creating your experience along the way. Internally, the card that supports this vibration of being the creator is going with the flow. Love this, because at the same time that we're processing and intuiting and making ourselves move forward, or creating this, manifesting our dreams, we also must go with the flow. We must stay open to what the universe brings, and then adapt to it and move with it. Move with the energy instead of trying to jump ahead of it, or assert ourselves onto it, or hold it in place, whatever this information is, or this topic or idea or person that the universe puts in your path. Go with it. Go with it. Sometimes it means, oh, this negative thing happened. Like, say I have a project that I'm trying to create, and I ran out of funding. That feels like a roadblock, right? Well, realizing that you're creating every step of the way, it may be time for a pause, right? To not let go of the dream, but to reassess and reorganize and redirect your energies toward, a new way to fund it, or a slower path to fund it, taking your time. And that would be more of the going with the flow energy, right? Instead of forcing things through, it's like, oh, this is what I have now. Let me roll with that. Okay. And then the final card and the outcome and the sort of insight into this whole process when it comes to dreaming up, or just being in our imaginary state, is playfulness. How much do I love this? This is calling for you to make sure whatever this meant to you, if it's a project that you want to see come through, if it's a situation, I want to marry this person and get into a relationship over there, or if it's just a general daydreaming, I need to take time from the hard work my brain does all day and just be, and just, turn it all off and daydream. Whatever that is for you, make sure it feels fun. Make sure you focus on how fun it is, or how fun it could be. Because, I love that it's right next to the creator card. And this is actually your external world energy. So this is like saying, get up, get out, and have some fun with it. Whatever this meant to you, right? Have some fun. Make sure you're, you can work hard, but you can still have fun, right? As you're seeing your dreams come to fruition. All right. Love it so much. Okay, Leo, thank you so much. If you guys could do the like, subscribe, share, and all those things to help get me boosted a little bit and get this channel moving. I'm going to have some new content coming that's planned for the next, several months. It's not really right away, but I'm starting to plan a new little aspect of my channel. You know, the Grounded Dreamers as a whole is more than just these readings. And so that's coming soon. And then until then, I will see you guys soon in September. Okay.